Welcome back, you guys. It's an evening reading. I know it's a little earlier than usual, but I can't stay up very late. So we're going to get you guys another quick one in. But when I say quick, under an hour, you know how it goes over here. Let's clear the air real quick. All right, you guys. So how's everybody doing out there in Tarotland? I am recovering from the day. Did a lot of cleaning around my house today. Basic stuff, just laundry and shit, but it ruins my back and ruins my my pain levels. But we've hit that minute mark. Welcome in, Witches, Bitches, Twats, and Thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I'm Karma's right hand. This is the Underdog Ministry. Thank you for joining me. You guys kick ass and take names, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Even the ones that sit out there and talk shit, because you're just boosting the algorithm. So thanks, babies. I appreciate all of it. I'm going to shake the dice, and I'm going to get us a reading. All right. Sony, like the record label, like the entertainment brand, Sony. Jury. I think everybody knows what a jury is. Habit. Somebody has a habit, or somebody likes habit burger. My mom used to say bad habit rabbit. It's a bad habit rabbit. Don't be doing that shit. Clean. Clean. Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute. Just kidding, you guys. We used to give my dad a bad time. He was bald like that. Eraserhead. I used to call my dad that when I was little. There was a lady at the grocery store he worked at that made me call him that. It's not very nice because he really, he was follically challenged. It wasn't his fault. He was shiny. All right. This could be somebody's name, like first or last, or street name, or pet name. Grady. Grady. I think it's time to re-roll. So you guys, don't forget, while I am doing this slow part of the reading, drop a comment in the comment section. Where are you from? What time zone are you in? What zodiac sign are you? And what's your pet peeve tonight? What pisses you off the most? Hello, Steph Squire. Welcome in. How are you? We've got pride. Somebody takes pride in their environment, in their home, in their appearance. They are a clean human being. It is a habit that they're clean. Somebody's just, it's a habitual thing. They get up and they clean every day. Fire. Almost twice, FIRP, but fire. We've got fire here. Run. Somebody might be running from a fire. Huh. The last letter is M. We're not going to use that. It's just one. And then this is all that's left out of the basket cards. And we're just going to pull a chunk. I'm going to make a big mess and then I'll pull a chunk after the fact. Oh, they shuffled this time. Oh, that was awesome. That was smooth. All right, they never do that. You guys are not going to believe what the first card out of the basket is tonight, though. Okay, Dominion voting machines, the My Pillow guy. This guy actually came to my town. He was going to have a meeting with the local district congressman at the local Santa Maria style barbecue place. Shit. Sent into a trap by a quote-unquote kind friend. Hey, the moderator's in the house. Y'all, uh-oh. You better be good. She gonna put you in YouTube jail for the night. Don't get put in timeout, you know. Okay? No threats. No sexual BS. Okay? You can say whatever you want, but if you get hostile to anybody directly, you're gonna get locked out. Okay? This is a free speech zone. If you're trying to get attention, you're probably gonna get disappointed with the kind of attention that you get. Okay? Okay. Okay, you booted him for 30 minutes? Sweet. Groovy, Kristen, thank you for being there. I appreciate you. West Virginia. We've got the state of West Virginia. Kristen, were you here for the live this morning? Have you caught the live from this morning? Okay, I got choked out by spirit this morning. Like, I made a comment. I turned the camera to my face at the very end of this morning's live and said, something wants to choke me out really bad right now. I feel like my throat just got grabbed. If you want to choke the life out of me so badly, go ahead. There's not much to live for anyway. Fuck. All right, crown chakra. You have gotten into the head of the person that is usually the mind fucker. Okay? I don't know what's going on. Okay, Kristen, that one's just a boot all the way because get the life daily shorts out of here. Yeah, we invoke the Most High God and Jesus in the Archangel Michael before we even start the reading. So Life's Daily Shorts, you're invited to leave, please and thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. All right, we got frightened. You've got somebody like freaked out because they're trying to mess with your head and you... it's a spiritual thing. They're trying to get into your crown chakra, like tap into you and make you do what they want you to do. Bum. That's bum behavior. Somebody's got bum behavior. They have a demonic entity and they're willingly hosting it. Jeez, we got all kinds of people that just can't behave. Y'all are going to get grounded. You're going to get, like, suspended. You're all getting sent to the principal's office. Kristen's going to take care of you. Just knock it off. Just sit down, shut up, watch the reading, and quit being a douche. Okay? Thank you. Medusa. Rawr. Somebody uses needles. Okay, so the pile, I did accidentally mix up some from this last week in with the pile that was left. I apologize for that, but I pulled most of them out. This one evidently found its way back in. Somebody uses needles. Isolated. The letter H is here, so somebody might be on horse, okay? So we might be using heroin. Perceived victory. Somebody thought that they won something. Trunk. Jesus. Kristen, the story I posted from my teenage years. You guys scroll back to the Eric Wallace story, and that's why the word trunk is in my deck. Okay? Reputation of 1,000 years may be determined by the conduct of 1 hour. Japanese proverb. Irate. Somebody is mad. They have a demonic entity. Favorable outcome. Perceived victory. Okay, Somebody thinks that they did the right thing by willingly hosting this demon. Because they can, like, use its strength against other people. Consecutive. Fuck your therapist to get them on their side. Jeez Louise, what kind of... All right, movie, The Scorpion King. Moving along. The number 9. Somebody stands up to bullies. Oops. Did I do that? Shit. I guess that would be me. Okay. So somebody feels like an isolated bum now. Somebody stood up to a bully. We're getting a story over here. We've got a couple more cards. Disapproval. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I'm gonna suck my teeth at you. Nope. Made me mad. Jupiter, areas of mastery, philosophy, or wisdom. The planet of Jupiter, where your house is in your natal chart. Wherever sign lands in your planet of Jupiter will give you insight on your areas of mastery, the way you think about things, your perceived belief systems, and how you apply it to your life, okay? Which is wisdom. Dipshiticus. Didn't I just say philosophy? Instead of Socrates, this person is Dipshiticus. Dipshiticus ass. Yes, okay. This person here, we've got a story, folks. This person here is kind of a bum. Like, energetically, they're just kind of... Does everybody know about Charlie Brown? Pigpen, the one that rolled around with the little blanket and he just had a cloud of dust all over everywhere? That's this person. Everywhere they go, it's just dingy, dusty, and it seems to follow them along, okay? This person has been kind of on the fringe of society for a very long time with this isolated card, okay? They have a demonic entity. They're willingly hosting this demonic entity. They thought it would make them win something. They thought it would make things go right in their life. But they ran across somebody that stands up to that kind of energy. I don't know if which side of this you're going to be on tonight, folks. We'll find out. You are going to have to be the leader of your own, like... If you know the shoe fits, lace the bitch up and wear it. If you know it's not yours, don't be Cinderella's evil, ugly stepsister. Okay? That's where we're at with it. So if it doesn't fit, be entertained. Just like you watch television and not every single soap opera or every single adventure movie fits your life, you can still enjoy it. That's the point. Okay, cool. As long as we're clear on that. Let's get going. The words say Sony, jury, habit. Clean, Grady, pride, fire, and run. Somebody's name may be Grady. Let's get some oracle out on this. Intensification is the first card out. So whatever they're hosting, it's getting worse for them. The entity is just screwing up this person's life. Screwing it up. Really, really holding their feet to the fire. Spirit initiation in reverse. Oh, shit. Spiritual initiation in the reverse. Well, I don't think you're getting the perceived victory and the favorable outcome that you planned on. I believe that something here has gone very, very wrong. Alchemist. I just Michael Jackson, y'all. Sorry, that was accidental. Here's the deal. Somebody transmuted the energy this person is carrying. Somebody stood up to this person and it shifted everything. Alchemy is the ability to transmute and turn one thing into another. Lead into gold. Shit into shinola. Okay? But This is the ability to turn water into wine for those of you that would like to bring Jesus into the reading. Jesus is but one ascended master, and I work with them all. Okay? So it's one manager. Okay? Here's the deal. Somebody transmuted the energy of this person that has this demonic entity. And because they transmuted it, this person is a failed sacrifice for this demon, and so the demon needs a soul to claim. They're going to take the one that they're in. They'll move to another body. This is serious. This is somebody named Grady, I think. They'll move to a fresher body, fertility. Fertility. Oh, God. This is a woman. This is a woman. Sorry I sound so shocked, but the energy's so aggressive and angry. I never would have thought a woman would willingly take a demon in them. But I guess to each their own on that wheel of balance, right? Here's the deal. This demon will ensure this woman gets pregnant to take a fresher body. Hear me now. Be careful. Whoever you are, if this resonates, and you've done this, and you know you've done this, and you think it's going to make you win at life. Woohoo! Everything's going to work out for me. You're going to end up alone. You're going to end up in... I'm feeling somebody whose body is just wrecked. Joint pain, bruises they can't explain. This is going to be somebody who is, by the time this demon gets what they want and gets a new body, I don't think this person's going to have any energy left to survive, like any kind of quality of life. This person's going to become chronic fatigue. They're going to be the bruising. I'm getting anemia, low blood iron. Summer. Watchtower of the South. I'm telling you, this entity's waiting. Watchtower of the South. This thing is waiting for this person's sun to go down. I'm hearing the song Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me by Elton John. And I believe George Michael as well is part of that song. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. This person, they never anticipated not being able to just say, I don't want this thing in me anymore. They gave their entire life force over to this entity being in them. Invocation. Their entire life force they gave over to this entity being in them. They called it into them, thinking it was going to make their life amazing. Dipshiticus ass. Rebirth. Look, Yule. So here's the deal. This person here is going to be sucked dry, but they're going to be healthy long enough to give birth, long enough to conceive, fertility right here, long enough to conceive, long enough to give birth, and as soon as this person provides a new healthy, rapidly growing vessel that's full of light and love. This is making me angry. This person's going to start wasting away, and they're going to go through a very, very serious dark night of the soul they may not recover from. Rebirth. The only thing that could even possibly save this person is to give their life to God. And if they've given their body to a demon, guaranteed the demon ain't going to willingly let it happen. Bottom of the deck, spell manifestation in the reverse. This person is going to try and reverse whatever they've done, but they can't reverse it. It's too late. I don't like this reading already. I want to stop it. Tell me about stands up to bullies, please and thank you. See, the candle just went out? It's probably because I did my cards, but we're not carrying on until I relight it. I did just fan my cards that way. So I'll do it over here. But tell me about stands up to bullies, please and thank you. Wow. Hierophant. 9 of Swords, Page of Cups. Somebody does the right thing, otherwise they can't sleep at night. They've been that way since they were young. They can't not do the right thing, otherwise they can't live with themselves. They can't sleep at night, and they've been, I don't know. It seems like somebody here has a gift for it. It's what they're supposed to do. Like, it's ordained for them. And if they don't do the right things, they can't sleep. It's always been that way as long as they can remember, since they were a kid. Since they were a fresh set of eyes, it gets them deep in their feelings and they want to throw hands. Shit, somebody wants to get mad here. Okay. So we've got somebody here on one hand that is willingly choosing a dark path. They've given themselves over to it completely. However, there's innocence that is still to be protected here. And there's somebody here that stands up to this kind of energy in the physical world. And they may need to stand up to this type of energy in the spiritual world here. Especially when they're backed into a corner. In between a rock and a hard place. No choice. No good action to be taken. Got to do something, but you can't do nothing. Okay? So this is the, I'm going to say, upright energy side of the reading. The people I would like to see in my collective. And I'm going to say that the first set of cards is the people that I would like to see in my cross watchers. And just arm's distance, okay? Whoever has done this, willingly did this. They invoked some sort of a ritual. And they've been like this for a very long time. It has sucked the life out of this person. And they can't get rid of it. They can't get rid of it, and it's going to end their life unless they give their life over to God. You, whoever you are, collective, I'm going to say these next set of cards is you, are gifted with some sort of spiritual talent, spiritual leadership, spiritual authority. And if you don't use it, if you don't do the right thing, you can't sleep at night. You've always been that way since you were a kid, and it's like you're backed into a corner. You don't really have a choice. You have to. You have to do the right thing. Well, all right, we've got Ace of Cups in reverse. We've got the 10 of Cups in reverse and the World in reverse. This has been a never-ending cycle. It has caused you a lot of unhappiness, and you've lost a lot in love because of it. But at the bottom of the deck, you've got that 11-11 card. You've got that 4 of Wands. This is what you're destined to do, and you've been activated. This is your purpose. This is your passion. This is what's going to set your foundation. This is what is going to make people celebrate you eventually. The right people, the family, the people that are close-knit around you. Maybe, this repeat cycle here over and over and over again. You've been through this. But if you don't do the right thing, you can't live with yourself. You can't sleep. You can't look at yourself. So you can't help but stand up to bullies. I think you have gone face to face with whoever this person is hosting this entity. Okay? I'm going to get my Necronomicon deck on that one. I want to know. So, has my collective gone face to face with the person that is hosting this entity? If they have, how are they going to know who this person is? How are they going to know who this person is? Two cards. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. You're going to know this person because it is somebody who is losing their respect, losing their public persona, losing their composure. They are maybe failing at whatever they're attempting financially. Maybe they're losing money. Maybe they're losing clout. Maybe they're losing status. Maybe they can't get into the club anymore. Who knows? But this Three of Pentacles in the reverse says nobody wants to work with them, period. Nobody will deal with them, period. And I think this is a spiritualist. I'm thinking this is spiritualist to spiritualist. I think somebody has literally stood up to a demon, not a human. Squeaky clean. Somebody's soul has to be squeaky clean for this to have worked. Corruption in the reverse. Squeaky clean. Corruption in the reverse. And then the Two of Pentacles. Right on top of the Two of Wands. Somebody has an idea of something that's going to set something off. Going to step from one side to the other of a fence. Somebody's putting up a boundary, locking a door, locking a gate, restoring equilibrium in the spirit realm. This is two spiritualists. Somebody here thinks that they're going to be the most all powerful, okay? Because they gave their body over to a demon. Perceived victory, favorable outcome. And here's somebody here that is an uncorrupted soul and literally locked it on down. I'm hearing put the lock in Pandora's box and swallowed the key. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. There's working hard at something, but then there's also a finished product in this picture. There's a measure of pride this person is taking in whatever work they've done here. They're even getting a fucking pat on the back about it. Pride. Here's the deal. You stood up to something big, collective. You can tell who this person is because they're not having success. I'm just going to round it out in a tiny little definition. They're losing their success. Nobody's willing to work with this person. Nobody's collaborating with this person. Nobody's dealing with this person. And the only thing that could stand up to whatever is in this person, because they are so far gone, is an uncorrupted soul. Squeaky clean. You should be proud. You should be proud. Whoever you are, you locked it down. You should be proud. 10 of books. Here's the deal. You could have died. You very, very well could have been history. You could have died. Very much so. You could have died. Page of Torches, but you couldn't not do something. That landed right on top of that Nine of Swords. You couldn't not do something. So you stood up to something or somebody, but I don't think you realize you stood up to an entity. You have to be very pure of heart and pure of soul for this to have not harmed you. 5 of Torches in the reverse. You can't trust everything you see. I'm hearing half of what you see, some of what you see, and half of what you know. There's misrepresentation being placed in front of you because you're going to take action on something. Believe half of what you see and only some of what you know. You can't do something. You're uncorrupted or uncorruptible. Something is locked down. You have a finished product here. You can be proud of yourself, a measure of pride in yourself. You survived something that could have very well killed you. And there's an action that you want to take, but you're being told to mind your business. With this Five of Wands in the reverse, you might stand up to bullies, but this is not your fight. I'm hearing pick your battles. Don't choose this one. You're already still alive here. I don't think that you need to get any more involved with whatever this situation is, because this is not a human you're dealing with anymore. This is not somebody you can reason with anymore. Tell me about the jury. Like the jury's out. Like you can judge this situation for yourself. Like it doesn't need to be grounded. Okay, here's the way you judge this situation. Chills at the base of your neck, where your hair, at the base of your hair, okay? That runs up the back of your head forward towards your eyebrows in like a line down the center. You're gonna be warned by the hair on your arms standing up like the hackles on a dog's back. You need to pay attention because it's not going to be a big warning sign. I think you've already gone through this, but I think in the future you're going to be able to look back on it and recognize these body signals and listen to them and run next time. Run. Like you need to listen to this. It was like training ground. You might not survive the next time. You weren't supposed to live through this. Remember, this person thought they were gonna win. They have a perceived victory of a favorable outcome, but they didn't anticipate somebody being uncorrupted. Gratitude. They didn't expect somebody to have a grateful heart, to be a light in the dark. Psychic. Uncorruptible. Psychic. Uncorruptible. Relief. That Two of Wands, that Two of Pentacles, that Nine of Swords, you couldn't not do something. Something is finally locked in, locked down. It's locked away. Relief. Somebody did not expect you to shine this light, for you to even be able to maybe psychically destroy whatever this is, stand up to it, shield yourself. I'm getting shielding more so than anything. Keeping calm, really paying attention. This entity did not expect somebody with an uncorrupted heart to be so grateful, maybe to be psychically shielded, maybe mentally, okay? You here have this peace inside of you. No matter if you're standing up to it, but you can be in the middle of a confrontation and still be like, unruffled is the words I'm getting. Unflustered. Time. It's about time. that somebody stood up to this person. It was a matter of time. It was a matter of time. Air. Meditate. Home. Nature spirits. Okay. Here's the deal. With air being thoughts, 10 of Swords also being an air card, you had no idea. You could have never fathomed the fact that you almost died. I think if you'd have known what you were standing up against, you would not have been so fucking calm. I think you would have ran home. I think you would have ran to your house. I think you would have stayed inside. I don't think that you would have dealt or stood up to anybody if you know what you were up against. This is more than just trial by fire here. This is somebody with such a clean soul. They couldn't even imagine that somebody would do something so crazy. Like this concept doesn't even occur. That they have an entity that somebody would say, yes, please let me be a vessel for you. No, they don't. They could never grasp that. This person is pure of heart. They could never imagine that. Otherwise, they would never have stayed so calm. Okay? So what is the deal? What is about this entity? Why would somebody host this? And why does it want to choke me? Why is it getting a hold of me in my readings? Deceit in reverse. It's being exposed. Oh, its existence is being revealed. Oh. Door to healing and personal happiness in the reverse. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this thing being revealed, you stood up to it and it tried to destroy everything about you that made you so pure and happy, that gave you gratitude. It tried to take your gratitude away. Through this person. I don't think this person, like I said, I believe this is somebody who this is going to leave their vessel and jump into a child that they conceive. Male or female, you put it where it fits, okay? The deal is that this entity is done sucking the life off of this person, and once they're no longer housing it, it's like they're going to deflate like a balloon. Their life is just going to go to shit. Like bad shit. Storm warning, goddess of the moon. By the next moon cycle, by the next full moon, this person that is housing this entity, or the first moon cycle after this child is born, put it where it fits, this entity is going to jump bodies, and that person's life is going to fall to shit, crumble, destroyed. Big mess. And then they will not realize any of the things that they've done, because they have lit thinking man and the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So we've got the throat chakra here. This person is not going to realize any of the things that they have done. They're not going to realize any of the things that they have said, but Spirit remembers it all. This person's soul is completely gone and corrupted. They're going to be attachment in reverse. When the attachment's gone, this person's done. They're done. Strategy in reverse. Looks like that plan didn't work out so well. That perceived victory, that favorable outcome somebody thought was coming, is not going to be so much. Let's get a shadow card or two on this. Okay, so tell me about Why this thing wants to choke the life out of me specifically? Why did it do what it did to me this morning? Because I'm exposing it, obviously. Who is this affecting? Entanglement in reverse. This thing can't get its tentacles in. It wants to wrap itself around. All right. The person that's hosting this has a thing for squeezy animals. Octopus, squid, snakes, other animals that would use like force to squeeze something. Constrictor type snakes. Things like that. This person might have a collection of snakes even in their house. They could have tattoos of octopus, Cthulhu, the flying spaghetti monster. I don't know why that is coming out. That's pretty specific. They would have to know what the fuck that means to have a tattoo of it. This person has an anchor also. This person may have associations with water, the Navy, shipping, import, export. Moon is here. Okay, so this person deals with dark deities. Whatever they called on is something that has tentacles. This demonic entity is black. It has tentacles. It's a big secret. This person here is being revealed. They are... Door of Dreams. Okay. So this is happening. They're losing their connection to the reality. This person is having mental breakdowns. They can't shift between what's real and what is imagination or dream time. I don't think their family knows that they've gone through this. Greed. This person wanted it all. They wanted a victory. They wanted favorable outcome. They wanted personal gain. This is why they did this. They wanted to win at life. Remember that. They wanted it all for themselves. All those dreams. I don't think their family knows that they're living with a demon. And this is a bad thing for this family. I think people are sick to their stomach. I think they're having headaches. I think they're losing hair. I think there's some anxiety. I think things are moving in this person's house when they're angry. I think shit flies off the walls. I think that there's fruit flies in their house, that they can't keep fresh produce in there for more than like 2 days. I don't think fresh flowers last either. I think they wither overnight. There's a lot of death energy around this. It sucks the life out of everything. Whatever this tentacle thing is. Love. Everybody that loves this person, it goes after that. It's a free feed. Free feed. Creation in reverse. Okay, this cannot survive on its own, okay? It can't create its own food source. It can't find its own vessels. It has to have something willingly let it in. So if somebody that is willingly let it in creates a life while it's willingly in there, they've willingly invited it into that creation. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay. Passion and the key in reverse. So, this is how it's going to happen. And somebody needs to lock down something. Themselves, possibly, their intimate life, for a little while. They need to put a lock on it. Somebody's being advised. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Intellect. This is something that somebody is orchestrating because this entity is inside of them. They're not doing this on their own. The people around them are sick. It's that this entity does not want to be known so bad it has reached out and literally choked me this morning on a live, okay? So let's find out how we're going to deal with this sumbitch, because it might take something strong to do so. What is the advice here? What needs to be done to deal with this situation? I'm feeling there needs to be a priest involved. Obviously, if somebody willingly let something in, the only thing that can do it is God, okay? First and foremost. The only thing that can run this thing out is God, period. A deep, deep, deep belief. That's why this didn't kill whoever you are, because you're extremely pure of heart. Like you're just a clean soul human being. I think that you may have injured whatever this thing is. Queen of Mallets. So, integrity is kind of important here. Somebody has the capability to hold this thing back magically. The Queen of Mallets can put the hammer down. Confident, strong, a leader, moral, capable, clean-hearted, direct. This is somebody here who has a little bit of fire under their ass. They might not be a pushover here. This is the somebody that's standing up to the bullies. This is you, collective. Your energy is taking action from your heart. Your heart can't let you not do the right thing. So you didn't realize you were standing up to an entity. You stood up to what you thought was a person bullying people. And I think that you frightened and injured whatever this demonic entity is. 3 of Swords. It's hurt. It's injured by your heart. It literally, it's like kryptonite. Your purity burned this thing's senses, if that makes sense. Like when you smell bleach for too long and your nose just always smells bleach for 2 days. It's like you burned this thing's senses. Empress in reverse. It wants to end you. It wants to end your life. Look, this is like a mother, right? But a mother in the reverse. This is a karmic mother. This is a karmic woman that's a leader. This is I've told you this was a woman from the beginning, didn't I? This is somebody that might be an authority figure that like tries to hold themselves up as some sort of leader or pillar of the community, and they have this perceived victory of their favorable outcome because they decided they're going to let this shit into their body. Well, they're in the reverse here. You stood up with your heart and you put it down. I think it's what's going to trigger the need for this thing to find another vessel. Because the one that you stood up to just isn't strong enough to take the injury that you put on this thing. The Fool. It needs something new. It needs a whole brand new body. It needs a whole brand new puppet. It needs a whole brand new whatever. Pawn. King of Gold in the reverse. This person can't control what's going on anymore. They can't control themselves. They can't control their actions. The entity is overrunning them, and they are no longer in control of their own body, not their own money, nothing. This King of Gold energy is losing it all in the reverse. Losing power, losing fortune, losing fame, losing stability, losing position, losing status, losing clout. By the time this entity is done with this person, thinking they're going to have it all, they're going to have nothing. Two of Pentacles. They will have Pete and John. That's what my dad used to call my feet. You need a ride? Call Pete and John. Put one in front of the other. This person here is going to be at the bare minimum where they're like rubbing two nickels together. Okay? Bottom of the deck, the sun in reverse. This exposure is... the exposure to your energy has burned this thing and made it incompatible with whoever they are possessing. The possessed person is like getting radiation burns from your energy because you stood up to a human being, not realizing that it was actually an entity inside of it. Whoever you are is so pure. Okay, you have such a clean soul. You put this demon on the run. It wants to choke the life out of you, me, anybody, just to get inside another body. It's being burned out of the one it's in. I already used this deck. 1 second. Let me get another oracle. All right. So what is the outcome of the situation going to be? Because this is pretty scary. What is my advice for me? Because I'm feeling this entity. And it ain't really shit. I've had worse. Legit. Even the entity is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. If it doesn't find another body, it's just going to flit about and go back to source. Like the energy is going to have to be recycled some way. New life. I'm telling you right now, this thing wants into a baby so bad. It wants into a baby so bad. It wants a new body and a new life. It's, oh my God. It wants out of the body it's in, but that body's not going to... Whoever that person is, exchanging gifts, it wants to move from one place to the next. Here, let me trade you energy. In the negative. Once this entity finds a new body, this person's going to have no good left. They're going to have no energy, no health, no money, no shelter, no anything. Everything came with the dark energy. Change in the wind in reverse. Never going to get better for them either. Flexible and observer. Kind of stumped on flexible. There's like no change in the wind. It's like it expected to just be able to body hop maybe. Or that somebody was just they were gonna find somebody else that was just willing. Sure, why not? I can give or take a little, you know. They have to find somebody that's willing. Somebody that's willing to, I don't know. I don't really like that energy. Like willing to actually let this thing in. They have to look for another willing host, basically, to let it continue doing its thing. To let it continue watching somebody, watching something, observing life, figuring out ways to scheme, plot, plan, case places. I don't know, this entity's got a theft thing to it. I think it's I said kryptonite earlier, but I'm hearing kleptomania now. Somebody might be a thief. Yin. This is a female. This is absolutely a female. This is a gentle female energy too, and there it's a facade. Truth be told, in reverse, it's fake. Bottom of the deck, breathe. That's how you can tell that this person is not operating on human operating system. They don't breathe like a normal person. Their breath rattles. They don't have a pattern to it. This person, like, has a phlegmy throat, is what I'm hearing. Like, when they breathe out, it sounds like bubbles popping or something. Gross. I mean, it happens. COPD is a thing, but, like, this is more like a death rattle. Because this person's body is almost wrecked. It's almost gone. They have no more energy. Is this thing going to find another host, or is it going to be eradicated? That's what I want to know. I think it thought it could jump onto you because you were so sweet and innocent. You stood up to it. You were so pure, it couldn't even attach to you with its tentacles. I don't like this reading at all. Not at all. High Priestess in the reverse. So it's trying to slip past somebody's spiritual protection, spiritual shielding. Slip past somebody's awareness. It's trying to trick somebody into allowing it into them. The moon. It's trying to do this subtly. Make it look like it was your idea. Sure, come on in. Wow, King of Pentacles. Okay. They wanted to do this subtly and then completely take over and run the joint. This entity took a chance and it expelled energy it didn't have out of whatever vessel they're inhabiting. Knight of Cups in the reverse. It killed somebody's mojo. So it's this person's body, the ability to extract more source, aka to be single and go out there and enjoy intimacy with other people, a fast lifestyle. Those ways that this entity's getting fed, it burned this person down. They can't do it no more. Ace of Cups. They're clean heart. It really ruined things for this entity. It's like Voldemort in the pitiful state where he had to be carried wrapped in the thing, and it's just like a shell, just like looking like an oyster without a shell. You know what I mean? This person is Lovers in reverse. They have lost their mojo and they can't get any source energy. This thing is starving. The entity is starving. That's why it needs to hop out of their body. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. It wants to be let go. But it can't get anybody else to take it on. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. Can't get anybody else to play stupid. Can't find anybody dumb enough to just be like, yeah, sure, come on in, friend. Let's have a little, boarding session. No, it's not going to happen that way. Somebody's heart was too pure for this entity. You stood up to a human being, but it was actually somebody who was willingly hosting a demon. They literally called it in for power, for personal gain, for a favorable outcome, for victory in life. And this person is the stupidest motherfucker on the planet. Dip shiticus ass. They are a bum. Spiritually, energetically, mentally, this person is brokey. This person could have $10 million and they're still brokey. And they're going to end up completely alone. Whatever entity is in this person is reaching out to me. This sumbitch tried to choke me this morning, live on the air. And I mentioned it. So now we're going to talk about it. There's somebody within 100 miles of me that has willingly called a demonic spirit into their body. Where is it? Where's the invocation? Not that one. Willingly called a spirit into their body. And it's taken over. It has drained their vessel. It is a vehicle running on fumes. Dieseling at this point. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? It can barely run. The body is not running. This entity is starving. And it can't get any supply. No love. Rejected. Everything's being done in secret. No mojo. Can't get anybody to fall for the act, okay? Trying to get past somebody's spiritual defenses. But I think you stood up to him anyway. I don't think you realized that you were doing some sort of test of faith, test of your heart, weighing of your heart, test of ma'at, whatever you want to call it. This thing wants your life. They want inside of you because you're so pure now. And it couldn't happen. It tried to tap into you with its tentacle. Whoever this person is calls on Cthulhu, calls on the Kraken, calls on water deities, snakes, anything with tentacles. Like I said, the fucking flying spaghetti monster even. This person is a little eclectic in their beliefs. Okay? I mean, obviously, they thought it was a good idea to be like, come on in, demon, I got some extra room inside this flesh suit. Why don't you share it with my soul? Guess what? Your soul was the food. And now that the soul has been consumed, this thing needs a new body. So if this resonates with you, you're being told to lock it down. Couple of months. Don't be hunching on nobody. You don't want to bring the, Rosemary's Baby into the equation here, okay? You do not want to give this entity a new body willingly. Get it? You don't even have to say, hey, demon, do this. All you have to do is hunch on somebody that's hosting it and willingly hunch on somebody, and you have agreed. Does that make sense? You got to be careful who you tapping on out there. You got to be real careful who you're tapping on out there. Okay, you guys, let's get one more card out of, where is it? This one. My major arcana deck, and what is the closing energy? What is the overall outcome energy for my collective and this entity? Please and thank you. This is only major arcana. There is nothing other than that in here. So the first 22 cards. Empress in reverse and strength. So here's the deal. You're going to have to step down off your pretty little pedestal, and you're going to have to get your hands dirty, and you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight for your soul in a way that you've never fought for your soul before, because whatever this thing saw in you, it's coming for you, and I don't think you want to deal with it at all. I'm being told to suggest... Okay, somebody here is that is experiencing this is a religious person. You're being told to go to your spiritual advisor, your religious leader, whoever you follow whatever faith it is, because it's not for me to tell you what faith as long as you have it. Okay? Okay. Here's the deal. You might have to actually act out of character. You might actually have to get tough. You might actually have to get mad, but you're going to have to go to a spiritual leader that you trust and ask them for a baptism, for a blessing, for absolution. If you're Catholic, you say a prayer, tell them what you're experiencing. You feel like you're under the spirit of oppression, okay? You need to seek spiritual strength to kind of shake off the residual energy of this interaction. I think that you have blocked it, but you're affected in a way where you're dysregulated. Okay? I think you're shook, to put it in plain words. Energetically shook by whatever you have dealt with in somebody. And I think that you know something wasn't quite right. I think the way you perceived this person was mentally ill, but it was a demon. Their eyes were black. Their body was contorted in an unnatural positioning. They just didn't seem to fit their skin right. Okay? I think you stood straight up to this person. They didn't quite look right in their body. This is a woman too, okay? So like maybe their skin's hanging off of them. Maybe they've dropped an extreme amount of weight rapidly because they're, like I said, this thing is sucking the life out of them. And it doesn't have another way to get source energy. This almost sounds like, what is the demon I'm trying to... I don't know demonology super deep, but I believe this one is Asmodeus. I believe that's who this is. It is a spiritual spouse. Asmodeus. And I think that you stood up to this. And I don't think it's going to be able to survive. I think here's the deal. You're going to have to get mad and seek some spiritual counsel to get its tentacle, like residual shit off of you. I don't think it's going to go away, though. I don't think you're going to defeat it. I don't think it's defeatable. I think it's one of those things that's older than time itself. And it just is part of the fabric of spirituality. But I think it will make it leave you alone. I think you burned it to the point where it's shrieking in pain and needs energy now. So, it's desperate. So desperate, it's trying to reach out through any energetic source it can. Oh, God. Clear the air, you guys. I don't like it. And I'm going to say a prayer because, Holy Father, please come in. Archangel Michael, I ask that you surround me with your wings of light and cut off the energetic flow of this particular message with your sword of light. Cut it off and send it back to hell where it came from. Please and thank you. Amen. All right. So you guys, thank you for being here. If you guys are new, I appreciate you. All my new subscribers, you guys are making me so happy. You guys, I'm jazzed, right? Thank you so much. If you stay for the entire reading, for the whole thing, and stay and be entertained, thank you for your support. If you guys are talking trash down in the comment section, thank you for driving the algorithm. If you guys have popped in and left, thank you for checking it out and knowing what's not for you without making it an issue. All right? You guys, I'm really, really grateful for each and every person that is out there showing support to the channel. You guys kick ass and take names. And remember, y'all, if I can manage to not be a piece of shit, so the fuck can you. And thank you to my moderators, CK and Kristen. I appreciate the hell out of both of you. Thank you so much, you guys. I will see you later. Mwah. Good night.